don't. You're not selling anything.
The Fed's not done, and I'm going to tell you why.
Welcome back to Sean's show. This is episode 89. Thank you for joining. I'm joined, as always, by the best producer in the whole multiverse, George. Give it up, everyone, for George. We have a lot to cover. Thank you very much. George and I went to the Met Gala. It was great. We had our looks served. If I do say so myself, technically we went to the Met Gala, but we were outside the Met Gala. We tried to bomb the Met Gala. I'm kidding. We didn't. The Met Gala, I don't know. Met Gala happened, and it's at, I guess. This is a tough story for me to talk about, guys, because I'm a straight white man, and I feel like I'm not the target audience, but I do want to cover the Met Gala. It's a fashion show. It's really fun, and there are actually quite a few moments at the Met Gala that I actually thought were really, really important to understand to tell the story of where we're at in America, because it's such a high pressure cooker event. And I did not know this. I thought the Met Gala was kind of like, it was just fun, people having a good time, wearing if you remember, I believe it was last year or 2 years ago, AOC wore served looks with a dress that said "Tax the Rich" written in blood, I think. The blood of the Palestinian blood. Okay. All right. I don't want to go. Let's dive in. The Met Gala, I've never been invited, and I want to make it clear that before I make fun of all these people at the Met Gala, I would go. Upon invite, I would go to the Met Gala and be a diva. Like, you cannot. Before I criticize all these people at the Met Gala, I want to just say this. Anyone who's invited to the Met Gala, you have to go. Life is short. Declining the Met Gala on principle makes you an idiot. It makes you insane to not go. Like, it's crazy. But since I haven't been invited, we're gonna watch some moments from the Met Gala. The first one that I want to watch is Doechii. Doechii was is a new rapper on the scene who is making a lot of waves. I happen to be a fan. I definitely recommend checking out her Tiny Desk that she did. It's very good. But what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna watch Doechii's entrance, or this is her coming out of her hotel on the way to the Met Gala. Let's watch. Let's take a little look here. So if you're just listening, they're trying to cover her with umbrellas and a white cloth. Could you cut to me, George? Now this is if you're just listening to the audio, of that, it sounds like a war zone. I don't know what you guys thought when you were listening to that. It sounded like a war zone. You had people screaming, "Umbrellas, more umbrellas! We need more umbrellas now!" It's like, hold on, are we in Midtown, man? Are we in Manhattan? It sounds like we're in Gaza. It sounds like we're in Ukraine. It sounds like we're at the front lines of Ukraine, but we're not. We're at a fashion show. And it's here she is again. And look, and there's the look. She's serving. Can I say that as a straight white guy? Her looks serve. I mean, she's serving. She's got the pantsuit with the shorts. She's got smoking a cigar. I mean, it's an incredible look. It's stunning. Louis Vuitton, you know. The Met Gala is it's a circus. Now, an easy thing to do would be to just make it so that they can have a secret entrance. I don't know how much money is spent at the Met Gala, but it'd be a lot. You might be watching this thinking, why do they need to have umbrellas that are covering the looks? I would just be like, can't you just get dressed at the Met Gala? Does the Met Gala not have a dressing room before you hit the floor? But the reality is, they want these the whole thing is created to create these moments where things like this can happen, where, you know, you need more, where it's an exercise in celebrity worship. That's what the Met Gala is. The Met Gala is an exercise in the worship of celebrities and the worship of fashion brands with clothing that's made in Bangladesh. Which, you know what you should be yelling at these celebrities? Doechii, what Bangladeshi child made that? Doechii, was that made by an Indonesian child or a Bangladeshi child? And she'd be like, Bangladeshi. And you know, actually, Doechii getting a lot of criticism on TikTok for the way that she was talking to her staff. Now, I want to be careful here because, you know, I don't want to come off as a hypocrite because, as you all know, I treat George very badly. So I don't want to say something that also applies to me. Now, that being said, I'm not Doechii, and I'm not gonna ever be in a position where I'm screaming at underpaid fashion interns to put more umbrellas around me. Maybe that would be. I'm just gonna say we all want that. We all want to be Doechii. We all want to be in drag in Manhattan, screaming at hungry fashion interns from the Midwest to put more Burberry umbrellas around me. Put more Burberry umbrellas around me now. More umbrellas now. Why don't we just put umbrellas around all Americans? I want to do that. Can we get fashion interns to cover every single American? Some of you, I walk around these cities in America. I'm like, we need fashion interns to put Burberry umbrellas in front of all you ugly motherfuckers. I'm saying that as an ugly man who doesn't care about my look. Let's watch the interview. Thanks for pulling that up. Let's take a look at Doechii's interview.
You look good. You look good. You look good.
It's been in the works for a couple of months, and I work closely with Pharrell, with Louis Vuitton, and we were
and the
heavily
Bangladesh
inspired by Monica Miller's book and her exhibit. We studied a little bit on this character, Julius Soubise, which really stood out to me, and I felt very inspired by him tonight.
Well, you look good. Can we get a 360? Because I want to see the shape of this jacket.
Yeah, give us
Come on now. Come on, y'all.
more umbrellas.
Yes.
Y'all
And I see
see
the
it?
little Louis V on the cheek. I'm seeing the
on,
Louis
yeah,
V
right.
on the cheek. It's giving. Yeah.
It is, ladies, it is giving. I'll be honest.
Thank you.
This being your first Met Gala.
I'm a little nervous, but it feels really good. This is one of the biggest nights in fashion, and for it to be so black, I'm present.
Can you
I'm
pause
here.
it, George?
Here.
If you guys are just listening, in the background, there's lots of people yelling. All of the fashion interns are being beheaded. That's what's happening. It's not like other people at the Met Gala. If you'll listen to like the background, like Doechii's giving a great interview. Her look is she's slaying. And in the background, it's the fashion intern that didn't get the umbrella in time. He's like, please, I have a kid. I'm sorry. And Doechii's like, bye, bitch. I honestly, it's here, and I want to be. I'm very self-aware. I'm not a dumbass. I know what it looks like when a white man criticizes a confident black woman. I'm totally aware of that dynamic. So I don't want to come off like she struggles with something that not a lot of people struggle with, which is that, like, for a black woman to assert herself, obviously there's the trope. Immediately she is exposed to the trope and the criticism of like, oh, well, she's an angry black woman, right? And so that exists, that is out there. So, you know, that's something that I don't have to struggle with. I have to struggle with a trope that's even more difficult, which is the angry white man, which is not a real trope. Let's keep watching her interview. I want to know more. I want to learn more.
Woman in the history of the Grammys to win Best Rap Album.
Yeah.
Yes.
We just have to take a moment for that. That is incredible. That's so incredible. How has fashion contributed to the way you sort of upend expectations about what a rapper should look like?
I think it's contributed a lot, especially this year, me having the project that I have out heavily inspired by like 90s rap, and I felt inspired by the theme of student of hip hop, and I feel like that's very dandy.
Love that. Well, my daughter Junie loves you, so I'm gonna.
Oh, I love Junie!
Oh my God!
Hi, Julie. Hello.
Yes, and your mama made that happen, Junie.
Yes,
Yeah, be good, girl.
Cool mom point. I'm not a regular mom. I'm a
Cool mom.
This feels like Hunger.
Thank you
It feels
for
like
that.
Hunger
You
Games.
ladies,
Yes.
you look amazing.
So do you. Enjoy that blue carpet, or let that blue carpet enjoy you. Yeah.
Vogue. It feels like the Hunger Games. It feels like the Hunger Games. It really does feel like, you know, you have the circus of the Met Gala amongst the undercurrent of a nation that's falling apart. And that's fucking crazy. It's pretty insane to witness for the public. The Met Gala is crazy because it's the public witnessing such the extravagance cranked to the fucking maximum, and they broke the knob. That the Met Gala is extravagance, luxury, cranked to the top, and then they fucking smash the knob so you can't turn it down. That's this entire experience. You know, you have coupled with the biggest celebrities that claim to be and you know, not all of them, but some of them, you know, some of them are just artists. Like, I don't think Doechii claims to be like this like brave moralist. I think I actually like her music. You know, it's my anxiety, brah. I really got to be careful. Like, I got to be careful with this one, George. I don't want to come off as, I'm really trying hard to not come off as a racist, as a Brooklyn white. I really had to be careful here. Let's make fun of something I'm a little more comfortable making fun of. A white bitch. Okay, all right. Here is Sabrina Carpenter getting interviewed at the Met Gala by Emma Chamberlain. Now, before you play this interview, I just want to say this for all of the men who listen to this. I know you don't know either of these women's names, and I also want you to know that's why you're single. I know a lot of the men, they're like, who the fuck is Emma Chamberman and Sabrina Carpenting? It's like that. The fact that you don't even know who these women are is the reason you're never gonna get your dick sucked again. Okay, you can't just watch basketball and expect to get your dick sucked. You have to be You have to at least be aware of what women like. There's like people are like discounting entire subcultures because it's comes off as stupid. Like, fucking wake up. Like, wake up. Sabrina Carpenter matters. I know that's crazy to hear, but Sabrina Carpenter matters. Emma Chamberlain matters. The Met Gala, it matters to people. It may not matter to you because you're on Reddit all day, you know, blowing loads, but it matters to people that get out of their mom's basement. The Met Gala matters to people like me. Louis Vuitton interns. I was one of those interns that Doechii yelled at, and I still love her. I can only wait to Lord help us all if I have enough confidence to yell at someone to give me more umbrellas. More umbrellas. Let's watch Sabrina Carpenter. Let's hear a little bit of her interview on the Met Gala, on the blue carpet. That's what they call it.
Look online.
Stop.
And it's obviously clearly.
Do you
already
do that
won.
during glam? Are you like scrolling a little?
Yeah.
Wait, can you tell me about it or no?
It's Louis Vuitton.
Love.
I'm just the biggest Pharrell fan ever, so the fact that he wanted to bring me was really cool.
Can I be honest? Those look so uncomfortable.
They're
but
actually not.
Wait, really?
Yep.
See, that's like the magic
That's
shoe.
show business.
When one looks uncomfortable but actually feels comfortable.
But usually it's the other way around. It's usually really.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Are you
tired.
exhausted?
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you wake up early?
Woke up actually solid 9 hours of sleep last night.
Were you like stressed out last night at all?
Not stressed out. Just like was like, oh, it would suck if I woke up and my immune system like collapsed. That was the only thing I was
you
like,
pause
if that
it, sure.
happens, then
So-
damn.
So like, do you believe in like a free Palestine? So like those shoes, those shoes are giving. So like, what about free Gaza? So like, actually, my manager told me like to not talk about that stuff. Like, can we like move on to the next question? Like, Sabrina Carpenter has media training. Like, she's media trained. Like, she even when Emma Chamberlain goes, I know this is a surprising topic for all of you because you don't think that I know about these people. I know about these people. When Emma Chamberlain is like, those shoes look uncomfortable. Her and Sabrina Carpenter's entire team is like in her ear being like, say the shoes are comfortable, bitch. We need to show the shoes. No, they're actually like really comfortable. And her feet are on fire. Can we cut to the shoes, George? I've never worn heels in my life, but bitch, honey, those shoes are not comfortable. There's no way. You're a liar. Let it be known that Sabrina Carpenter, look, her shoes, those are honey. It's not, it's giving lies. You're on your toes. You're on your toenail. Look at that. That's a vertical, if you're just listening, that's a vertical foot. Your foot is being jammed into the meat of your, call a podiatrist. Call the Met, the Met Gala podiatrist is making some cheddar after this. You want to make a quick buck in New York? Wait outside the Met Gala and give out business cards for podiatrists because that she... Also, why does Sabrina Carpenter sound like she's on a bunch of muscle relaxers? It sounds like she's on muscle relaxants. Probably because her feet are on fire. Let's keep watching though, because I think I want to get to something in this interview that's really important.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Liar. Really?
Were you like stressed out last night at all?
Not stressed out. Just like was like, oh, it would suck if I woke up and my immune system like collapsed. That was the only thing I was like, if that happens, then damn. But
what do
if
you
not,
do when that happens? Because you're so busy and you're doing so much all the time, and I feel like your immune system is really brave. And so I'm just wondering, like,
I love how we got into this health combo. Ginger shot, turmeric.
wow,
Ginger shot turmeric.
Yeah.
like classic.
Yeah, I just like, I'm super natural and homeopathic.
100%.
Whoa.
Obviously, health tips with Sabcarb.
Health
Wait,
tips?
Did you know that behind your back I call you Sabcarb?
No.
Wait, last question. What are you the most excited for tonight? Like,
Surprise performance. I'm always,
Yes.
Surprise
I'm always gagged
performance.
because I ask my friends that are
Could
in
you
there,
pause
that
it,
work
George?
there, that could tell me, and
literally?
they never do.
no,
They're
there is.
She goes, health tips with Sabcarb. Health tips. I would just love it if she's like on the Met Gala carpet and she's like, so what I do is like, I do like a ginger shot. Turmeric. What? So Sabcarb, what's your like secret to like being healthy? Like you do so much, like you're doing so much all the time. How fast do these, how much Adderall is in each of these women's bloodstreams? Like that's what I want to know. How much Adderall is in your bloodstream that you're talking like this? You're like, so like you're doing so much all the time. It's like you're having a seizure. So like Sabcarb. Like you're doing so much all the time. Like I just want to know, like, how do you do it? How do you do it? I should just do my whole podcast like that. So like Sabcarb, you do so much all the time. Like how do you do it? and Sabrina Carpenter's like, well, like what I do is I do a shot of like turmeric, and I'm also like unvaccinated. I'm also like I do a shot of ginger every morning, and I'm also like I'm like super homeopathic, and I also like don't believe in vaccines. I'm also like a big like anti-vax woman. Like I've always believed that like the mRNA vaccine is actually if you do some research on it, you can actually find it's actually a gene therapy. I actually have never gotten the COVID vaccine because it's actually It's actually designed to make you autistic. She's like at the Met Gala. She's at the Met Gala. Can't one of these celebrities go off script a little bit and be a little fun? That's what I would do. I would go to the Met Gala dressed in full drag. And then when when Emma Chamberlain's interviewing me and she's like, so like Sean, like you're doing so much all the time. Like, how do you do it? Like, what's your like, you're like, Sean, you do so much all the time. Like, how do you do it? I'll be like, I actually pray. I actually believe I believe in a goat god that controls everything and controls all of our minds. And she'd be like, no way, that's crazy. And I'm like, I'm also a Virgo. I'm a Virgo rising. And I'm unvaccinated. That's what I would, because it's like the Met Gala is so performative. It's just an insane, but it's fun. It's fun. It's a fun thing to be a part of. And I'd rather live in a world, if we're going to live in a world where everything's bad, at least some people get the Met Gala. Like, that is a positive. It's like some people get to have the Met Gala. But that's that. I want to move on to a more serious topic. I want to give an update on one of my favorite companies, probably my favorite company that is working on solutions. I love, you guys know as much as I do. I love, if you're a really big fan of this company, you already know who the guy is from that little tidbit of his voice. Let's before we watch the interview, actually, could you pull up the shorter clip there? My favorite company, you know it and I know it. It's Palantir, everyone. The CEO of Palantir is actually making quite a bit of waves, and he's doing more interviews, and this is intentional, folks. You have to remember that this is intentional. That this guy has been behind the scenes. You know, people talk about the deep state, and I don't care what side you're on in terms of the existence of a deep state or an administrative state or a shadow group of people that control everything. You can be on that continuum wherever you want to. After you watch this, you're going to believe that our friend Alex Karp is in that thing. Whatever it is. It's the Illuminati. It's the Met Gala board of advisors. This guy, the CEO of Palantir, Alex Karp, was actually at the Met Gala, and his looks served. He had looks that served. And let's watch this from the very beginning, because Alex Karp was at a conference, and let's take a look. He was protested.
Good to be here. So I want to start with taking you back a few years. Yeah. When I worked at Google during the unraveling of Project Maven,
I think we have another video playing. Sorry.
Do you want to hear my answer?
Here, let's play this from the beginning so people can hear it. Thanks.
That a few people get wealthy, and if you said platitudes that were obviously stupid, you could.
Getting wealthy off of killing Palestinians. Palantir kills Palestinians with their AI and technology.
Oh.
Killing my family in Palestine.
Yeah. And you know.
How do you sleep at night?
Well, if you do, you want to hear my answer?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. So. I think the primary cause
They're
of
laughing.
death of Palestinians. Okay, do you want to hear the answer, or do you want to yell? Well, you don't want to hear an answer? Obviously. So the primary source of death in Palestine is the fact that Hamas has realized that there are millions and millions of useful idiots that will.
Can we get security up there?
Okay. Your AI and your technology from Palantir kills Palestinians.
Mostly terrorists. That's true.
No.
He even says mostly terror. He even admits it straight from his mouth. Mostly terrorists. Let's read this. His company has provided. Oh, could you go back? His company has provided the Israeli army with AI technology to help strike targets in occupied Palestine. Days after October 7th, Karp released a statement saying Palantir stands with Israel.
I believe she believes I'm evil. I believe she's an unwitting product of an evil force, Hamas. That she unwittingly is part of their strategy, that she is a product. And the most important thing, arguably, in the book or what Palantir or what you could learn is do not become a product of an ideology that sounds sensible.
That's laughable. The CEO of a defense contractor telling you to not be a part of an ideology? What's more ideological than being the CEO of an American defense contractor? If I was there, you know what I would have yelled at him? I would have been like, what are you wearing? Who are you wearing, Alex? At the Met Gala. And that's the thing is like I think people are angry at the Met Gala because it's like this extravagant display of wealth and it reminds you when you watch the Met Gala, you're like, oh my God, I'm nothing. And those people are so something. And Alex Karp, the CEO of Palantir, he loves that everyone's mad at the Met Gala. He loves that there's only one protester at that conference where he's talking about Palantir, because that's where you should really, if you want to go and get angry and focus your anger, it's at Palantir. Am I a shareholder? Not anymore. I sold and I actually lost some money. I actually recommended that stock for quite a while on the show, because as an investor, there's nothing more profitable than investing in evil. It's a very sad fact, and no one knows that better than the CEO of Palantir, they're creating. I mean, it's when you really think about what this company is doing. If you guys are unfamiliar with this company, they're making. But first of all, the name Palantir, the name of the company comes from Lord of the Rings. Do you guys know what it comes from? Lord of the Rings, and it comes from the Palantiri stone, which was like an evil, all-seeing stone. It'd be like naming your company like Hitler Incorporated. Like it's like naming your company Adolf Hitler Industries. No one's gonna do that. It'd be like naming your company like Satan.com. Like, I mean, that's honestly, that's more attractive than Palantir is an insane company. And, you know, people are starting to protest. Alex Karp is becoming more of a public figure. You're going to hear Alex Karp. You're going to hear that name a lot more as Palantir becomes more relevant in American culture, because they are what they're doing is they're injecting AI into they are the AI weapon of the US government. That's what they are. This is a company that is it's the cornerstone of the dystopian future that we're all about to hit. It really is like in Lord of the Rings. It's like a secret all-knowing stone where you can see the future or some shit. I don't know. I've got my dick sucked. I never really was into Lord of the Rings. I liked getting my dick sucked. But it really is that the and they're going to be. They already are. They already have their tentacles and their claws latched on to so much of the American military. They work with ICE. They work with the CIA. They work with the FBI. They work with the IDF. By the way, they work with the IDF. They work with. I mean, and that's why that woman was protesting, because the IDF contracts with Palantir to facilitate a genocide. Right? That's what they're doing. Capital One's calling me. Speaking of a genocide of my finances. Hello?
Hello, this is Edson on the recorded line. Can you speak with Sean Riley?
Hi. Yes, this is Sean.
Awesome. So again, this is Edson, Agent ID EQX399 from Capital One on a recorded line. So I'm calling in regards of your platinum ending in 1467.
Uh-huh.
So upon checking, Mr. Riley, the account has been behind for 27 days, and you have an over limit amount of $2,052.84.
What? I'm sorry. What was the number?
So upon 52.84
$2,000?
Yes. It's the over limit amount.
What was the limit?
So it's 3,500.
That's a lot. I'm sorry. I've been really struggling.
Yes. And I'm very I apologize for the inconvenience that this has cost you. So what I can do in my end is I don't want your account to go further behind, but the good thing here is we can bring the account current by processing the over limit amount, which is the $2,052.84 today, using your bank account on file. So we can bring your account in a current status.
I'm sorry. I just want to make sure. You're going to try and you want to process for the overdue amount.
The over limit amount.
So that you want to charge my card $2,000? Was that the plan?
Yes, Mr. Riley, because it has an over limit amount.
Do you guys have any alternatives? Because I've got about $12 on my debit, and I'm I've been going on a lot of dates with my girlfriend, and I hope you understand. I'm trying to be totally honest with you. I'm sorry. What was your name again?
Mm-hmm. I'm Edson.
I'm just gonna level with you. I've been really trying to make my girlfriend happy, and I've been just a lot of my money has gone towards dates with her, and I really can't. Unfortunately, that's why I've been running so behind on the card, and is there anything else we can do? Could you give me another line of credit?
Let me go ahead and check, okay?
For the line of credit?
So upon checking here, let me go ahead and check.
That would be great, because I could use another line of credit, to be honest with you.
For the credit line, you can do that on the online. It's a self service, Mr. Riley.
Okay.
And I can help you also with that.
How much potentially could I get on a new line of credit? Could I get like $10K?
Just let me go ahead and check, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Before I answer that.
This is amazing.
Just give me a couple of minutes, okay? So credit line.
Yes, because I think if I open a new line of credit, I think it would help me to be honest with you, it's helped me save my relationship.
I understand, and I hope you and your girlfriend have good times together.
It's going well overall. It's
so
just.
Let me go ahead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let
me go ahead and check, okay?
Thank you. This is crazy. I mean, George, if he gives me the line of credit, I'm giving you a raise. Don't worry, I've got your salary. George heard me say $12. That's a lie. No, I would never do that. It's a bit. It's all a joke. He's actually checking. Should I ask him?
So just give me a couple minutes for this, Mr. Riley.
Okay, thank you. I'll be right here.
If we can check if we can increase your credit line.
What's the can I just one quick thing? What's the interest rate right now on my credit card?
So let me go ahead and check, okay?
Thank you. Folks, when you ask, you shall receive. If you
29.74%.
And is that compounded daily?
Yes.
So every day that my outstanding balance isn't paid, you compound it by 30%?
Okay,
Wait,
yes.
is that...
I think it's a yes.
So I owe
Because upon checking here, your current purchase of APR is 29.74% variable.
So, but it's not. It's not compounded daily, right? You're not multiplying that by 1.3 every day.
Since the minimum is, it always depends on the balance. The higher the interest rate, it is because of the balance. The higher the balance, the higher the interest rate.
The higher the balance, the higher the interest rate?
Yes.
So the more I owe, the more you compound what I owe?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, if you could look into the line of credit increase,
also,
that would really help.
Mm-hmm.
What the I didn't even know this.
Let me double check everything, okay?
Thank you. I'll be waiting right here.
I'm still trying to look for it.
Thank you. Did you know this, George?
It can't be true.
This is not true.
It can't be.
He said, no, because I owe 3,500 is the limit, and then I owe a 2K on top of that.
Right.
So there's no way that they're going $2,000 times 1.3 every day.
No, that'd be insane.
That's not 29% APR.
Right. No.
29% APRs, I owe 30% more after a year.
Yeah. Right.
Right?
I think it's a year.
I just asked for a $10,000 line of credit.
Checking here, Mr. Riley.
Yes?
So credit line increase request will only be available via self-service online banking and mobile banking apps or IVR options. So
I have to go on the app?
On your end, yes, and you can make a request on there.
Are you familiar with this is relevant. Are you familiar with Sabrina Carpenter?
Come again?
I'm sorry. Are you familiar with the singer Sabrina Carpenter? Are you familiar with her? It's relevant for the financials.
Unfortunately, I don't recognize that.
No, that I know it sounds irrelevant. I brought it up because my girlfriend really wants to see Sabrina Carpenter, and so the reason for the line of credit increase would be to go to see her in concert. And the tickets are Ticketmaster. The tickets are very expensive. It's like VIP is like $3,000 per seat, and so it really means a lot that I'm able to get these tickets. All right. I'll wrap it up.
I understand, Mr. Riley, and I hope you get it for you to go with your girlfriend on that event.
This guy's nice.
With a special event, okay? So, so since you can do it on your end, may I ask when do you think you can make the following payments, Mr. Riley?
Well, I'm hoping that with the line of credit increase, I'll be able to use that to pay down the card. All right, I gotta stop being mean to this guy.
Okay, so do you think you can cover that? Upon checking here, your due date is on May 4th, last May 4th, 2025. So do you think you can cover the over limit before your next due date?
Yes, I'm gonna. I'll be honest. I'm sorry. I'm just, it's emotional because I'm over my limit and I'm unemployed, and I'm really trying to make this make the payment. I'm gonna make it for you. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to make the payment. But
I really don't appreciate your willingness to bring your account in a good standing, Mr. Riley.
That's really important to me. Is being in good standing with Capital One is probably my number one priority.
I understand. And how about the minimum, which is $372? Do you think you can cover it for today or for next week?
I'm gonna have to check to see if I can do that. Right now, I'm gonna try to do the line of credit increase, but I cannot do anything at this moment. But I appreciate the update. I always love it when Capital One calls. That's one of my favorite things, is when you guys give me a ring and update me on my account.
And thank you very much for appreciating.
Of course,
those,
of course.
Things, Mr. Riley.
No, it's like every day. It's like I love it when you guys give me a call.
So if that's the case, do you think you can cover the past due amount as of now?
Not at this moment, but I'm sure I'll hear from you guys again tomorrow, and so we can discuss. But thanks for the info, and I'll talk to you soon.
So, okay, may I ask, when do you think you can make the following payments? Because I can help you schedule that, Mr. Riley.
I have to go. I'm actually at work. I have to go back to work. But I will thank you for the info. And please check out Sabrina Carpenter. She's an excellent singer. Thank you so much.
I understand. Thank you for that information.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Do you want me to?
All right, that was good. Give it up for I don't know. I feel bad because he's like, no, I mean I feel kind of bad. He's in a call center in India. You know, like I feel bad because I'm like, I don't, stop fucking calling me. Stop calling me. See, now I don't even know where I was. I should just put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Palantir. See, you know how they were able to get my number? Palantir found my number on the dark web, sold it to Capital One so I can get harassed. Can you believe that, George? Can you believe he was like, hey, I'm calling about your credit card that's $2,000 over the limit. And I'm like, yes. And he goes, I'm wondering, can I charge you $2,000? I'm like, no, dumbass. No. Who the fuck is, I mean, surely that has to work. Surely some people, that wouldn't exist if it wasn't profitable. And so surely there are some people that they call, like every 1 in 1,000 people they call, and they're like, hey, I noticed that you're $5,000 over your $5,000 limit credit card. Do you mind if I go ahead and charge your bank account $5,000? And they're just like, oh yeah, of course. I didn't even realize. I forgot. Silly me. I forgot. I've been so busy with my life. I forgot that I was in crippling credit card debt. Please go ahead and charge my bank account, which has lots of money in it. Go ahead and charge it $5,000 right now. The balls. That man should be in America. That's an American mother. That's how I know that call center's in America. That motherfucker didn't call. His first question was, can I go ahead and charge you for your over limit amount? The audacity to charge me. Yeah, you know what? I almost was like, you know what? Go ahead. I was almost like, go ahead and find out what happens when you charge my debit card $2,000. Well, that was a fun little detour. Let's keep talking about Palantir, guys. I want to do a little bit. What other? So we watched the protest. Can you zoom in a little bit, George? I want to see what other videos we have here. Oh yeah, so I have some timestamps from this longer video. Now this is I want to put you guys onto this because there's a whistle. Believe it or not, there's a Palantir whistleblower who hasn't been murdered. That's kind of cool. He hasn't been murdered. He's speaking out. He worked for Palantir, and now he's speaking out ever since October 7th. This is a Middle East heavy episode. I don't mean to be this heavy on but you know, we haven't done it in a while, so I want to cover this stuff to let you guys know where I stand as a Jew, as a guy that looks Jewish. Let's go to the first timestamp, which I believe is
the CIA, the NSA, the Marines, the Air Force, Special Operations Command, and more.
Did your company help to track and kill Osama bin Laden?
You know, we can never. I'll tell you, the closest thing to an answer is when you look at when you open the paper and look in the news about these kind of things, there's a 2/3 chance, depending on the country involved, that somehow my company was involved.
Fundamentally,
did you pause it? So he just said, look, when you open the news and you see these kinds of stories, there's a 2/3 chance that Palantir was involved. Did you see Dochi's look? I can't say either way, but did you see Dochi's look? Did you see it serving? Did you see Dochi and Louis Vuitton? Maybe. I'm just going to say that maybe Palantir was. We may have been. Palantir may or may not have been involved in a lot of the Met Gala looks. Palantir is moving into fashion. We are moving into high fashion at a fast pace. Not only do we work with the CIA and the IDF to bomb children, we also use the Palantir platform to create stunning looks for A-list celebrities on the blue carpet. So Alex Karp is bragging about how Palantir was used to murder one of my heroes, Osama bin Laden. One of my if they're not listening to the show now, they are listening now. Like, I wonder, like, if I say certain things, like Osama bin Laden is a hero of mine, clip that up, but don't take it out of context. He's not a hero. He was a perpetrator of one of the worst crimes ever, which was listening to didn't he have like a hard drive with like movies on it? They found Osama bin Laden's hard drive, and like he had a bunch of like movies, very popular movies. Everyone is human. Even Osama bin Laden is a human. Let's go to the next timestamp, and let's take a look at how the techno-feudal overlords, how they're doing.
Defense Reformation. He cites The Last Supper, which was a secretive 1993 meeting between defense industry executives and the Deputy Secretary of Defense. Over a dozen companies walked in, and only a few walked out. That dinner is often cited as the origin of our consolidated military-industrial complex.
And to me, I think this was the definitive moment that kicked off the financialization of defense. From that point forward, it became all about buybacks and dividends and leverage ratios.
Criticizing the financialization of the defense industry, calling out stock buybacks, that doesn't sound like a defense executive. That sounds more like the exact argument about the defense industry that we have made before.
Can you pause it?
I think what's interesting to me.
So, what the CTO of Palantir just said is he said in 1933, the Secretary of Defense and all these defense contractor CEOs, they got together and they consolidated the industry. And from that point forward, we focused on things like stock buybacks, mergers and acquisitions. And that was the start of the financialization of the military-industrial complex. And he's framing it as if before that point it was good. The CTO of Palantir is basically saying, don't you guys miss the good old days when we bombed kids for the love of the game? Now these days, all these corporate sellout hacks, they'd rather buy back Raytheon stock then reinvest that money in a genocide. And that's bullshit. And Palantir, we're going back to the good old days. Before the financial consolidation of the defense contracting industry. We're going to go do things how things used to be done. Reinvesting in creative ways to kill kids in other countries. That's the CTO of Palantir, the chief technology officer we should call him the chief weapons officer. And again, I'm from the Silicon Valley, and I know these people. They don't have any life behind their eyes. You know who I actually blame for this? You know who I'm blaming for the weaponization of the Silicon Valley? And this is going to be crazy coming from a white guy, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to blame them. I'm going to blame really, what's the word? I'm going to blame immigrant parents that are really hard on their kids. I'm going to blame, you know who I'm going to blame for this? I'm going to blame Indian moms. We've all met. This is one of the things that we all know about Asian and Indian American immigrants that come to America. They're very ambitious. They're more capitalist than your boy. You know who's more capitalist than white men? Indian moms. Okay? And I grew up with all these people, and they're wonderful people, ruthlessly smart, ruthlessly ambitious, wicked intelligent, absolutely no soul. Their soul was destroyed in childhood because they were designed to win. Let me cook on this one. American society rewards sociopathy, and it rewards you when you are immoral. Not immoral. It rewards you when you're amoral. When you do not consider other people's well-being and you focus on your own, and you're selfish. Selfish people in America win. And I think when you have a lot of people from Asia immigrate to America and they want to win, they want to succeed, which I respect. When they come here, they raise their children to win in a broken society. And that's how you get people like the CTO of Palantir. You know, that's how you get a guy who was probably a second or third generation American raised to be a corporate capitalist fucking killer machine, adopting an ideology that is about adopting American imperial ideology to get rich. And that's what he's doing. And that's what a lot of people that work in tech are now doing. A lot of people that work in tech, especially defense tech, are adopting American imperial ideology because they have a computer science degree. That's true. And that's sad. People that got a degree in computer science and engineering have to adopt American imperial militaristic beliefs to support themselves and their family. And that is a very difficult position to be in. Do I still think you're a pussy bitch for giving in? I do. I think you're a little pussy bitch. Do I work in that industry? Kind of. But I think methinks you're a pussy. And maybe it ultimately, guys, I don't know. Maybe what it is, maybe we just see it differently. We can be friends. We can still be friends and disagree on stuff. Like if you're, you know what I mean? Like we can like maybe it's like I like Sabrina Carpenter and you like Doechii. I believe in a free Palestine and you want to genocide them. Maybe we can just, you know, maybe those are very different things. It's a wild thing to be a part of. It's a wild thing to devote your life to creating a military AI, just Panopticon, to create a surveillance tool that is going to potentially help soldiers blow your parents' heads off. That is, I mean, again, maybe I'm an alarmist. Maybe I am an alarmist. I can admit that. But it's going to be crazy when you are an Indian guy that works at Palantir and your parents may or may not be citizens. And you work at Palantir, and then one day you wake up and then the fascists in America blow off your parents' heads because they're not citizens. And you know how they did it? Palantir. Let's just keep watching. I mean, it's just the psychology of these things. The psychology of these people needs to be studied for science.
On getting certain things because we were in such a small minority, but maybe you could actually unilaterally change the world without having to constantly convince people and beg.
This is Peter Thiel, by the way.
People who are never going to agree with you through technological means, and this is where I think technology is this incredible alternative to politics.
Whoa! What the fuck? What the fuck did he just? What did one of the? Hold on, wait a minute. What did one of the richest men in the world say? This is not some psychopath on the streets of Austin, Texas. By the way, they also believe that. I know that sounds like something you would see when you're on the subway in New York, like, technology is a wonderful alternative to politics. And you're like, all right, dude, like, go smoke some crack. That was Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal, turned venture capitalist, at a libertarian meeting at a Hilton. Tacky. Holding your libertarian rally at a Hilton is like, feels tacky. If you're gonna be a libertarian, at least go to the Four Seasons. Have some gravity behind your movement. Did the libertarians have their rally at the Hilton to seem more inviting? Because it doesn't seem inviting. But Peter Thiel said that technology is a wonderful alternative to politics. And guess what? He's one of the co-founders of Palantir. Okay? He was also at the Met Gala serving looks. But more importantly, he was a co-founder of Palantir, and he's a libertarian, and he believes that technology is an alternative to politics. What does that sound like to you guys? It sounds like he's trying to use technology to get around political reality. Right? It sounds like he wants to use something like Palantir to disrupt the very idea of politics. And politics could be also thought of as democracy. It sounds like what he's trying to say is technology is a wonderful alternative to democracy. Palantir is a wonderful alternative to democracy. Technology that I own, that technology that me and my friends own together, is a wonderful alternative to letting you dumb fucks in Nebraska vote. You know what's a better idea? You know what's more efficient than letting you dumb fucks vote? It's just doing it for you faster. Fuck you. You know what's a better idea than just this slow, every 4 years we get a new leader? That is old shit. What if we put democracy on a blockchain? This guy's worth billions of dollars. And he's going, what if we put democracy on a blockchain and I controlled the blockchain? Oh yeah, Peter Thiel, what if I put my dick in your mouth, bitch? Let's keep watching. By the way, I would love to have Peter Thiel on the show via Zoom. Oh wait, can you pause it? I gotta clarify. Peter Thiel is gay, and I did not mean that as a gay thing. I forgot that he's gay. He's gay. So, actually, he was outed by a magazine publicly, which I don't support and I don't condone. It's funny that Peter Thiel is probably one of the only gay men that supports Israel. That's probably true. Actually, I don't know. There's lots of conservative gays. Anyway, let's keep watching.
Civil liberties is how it's not if the government has data, because let's assume the government has as much data as a health insurance company. It's how is that data being used? Is it being used in a way that's lawful? Meaning, do they have the right to use it? And is it being migrated into places it's not allowed to be used? We allow the enforcement of rules that the government ought to enforce. And by the way, my experience is they want to enforce, or at very least know they need to enforce. And if it's framed in that way, then you can have what is the ultimate Silicon Valley solution.
One co-founder openly wants to use the power of the tech industry to affect politics. The other wants his company to have oversight over how the government data they're paid to handle is used.
And the founders of Palantir will retain control in the company no matter what, through an obscure ownership structure. Their Class F shares grant them 49.99% of voting power, even if they collectively own as little as 6% of the company.
At the start of this journey, I was extremely afraid for the repercussions of this writing, of speaking out, but now I'm like, even more convinced that this is absolutely necessary.
We can't replace our current broken system with an even more broken one. And we can't let the worst people in Silicon Valley become our government.
Can you pause it? Well, yeah, guess what? That's what's gonna happen. Not to be a pessimist, it's already happened. Facebook. You look at Facebook. You look at Instagram, and you look at any of these big tech companies. They've already infiltrated our democracy in ways that are unimaginable. They've already done that. So, on the one hand, Palantir is sort of just the next stepping stone in the infiltration of the tech overlords into our government. I mean, it was always going to happen. It was always going to happen. So it's really can you go back a little bit? I want to go back to let's go back a couple minutes. Right there is good, because there's something about Alex. Let's watch from right here, because I want to see, there's something specific I want to address that I think is very interesting.
Very distinct agenda puts everyone at risk.
It almost feels like that's been the plan all along. Here's co-founder Peter Thiel in 2010 at Libertopia, a libertarian conference, speaking about tech companies and government.
The basic idea was that we could never win an election on getting certain things because we were.
Can you pause it? If you're just listening, he's at a Hilton. He's on a podium with the Hilton logo, and he looks like a vampire. He literally looks like the Hilton vampire. You know what I mean? Like Libervania, Transylvania. He looks like a vampire. He looks like an evil vampire that wants to suck everything, suck your blood, and suck your data. And that's what he wants to do. And if you'll listen back to what he said that, us libertarians got together and we realized that we're a very small minority and we're never going to win an election. Okay, then why are you a political party? They go, hello, fellow autistic tech douchebags. Hello, Peter. We were thinking internally, and we realized that we're not going to win. We believe things that are not believed in by a lot of people. For example, private roadways and the destruction of the public library. That's right. The public library is a waste of taxpayer dollars. That is very unpopular, but we do believe that. Go on, Peter. We thought, we're never going to win an election. So what if we just got rid of elections? Well done. That is the kind of revolutionary thought that I would expect from a Silicon Valley CEO. It's revolutionary and it's ingenious. We thought, Our ideas are so unpopular because they're fucking stupid, but we believe them anyway. Our stupid fucking ideas and our stupid fucking political party are so fucking stupid that no one's ever gonna fucking be down with what we're doing. But we thought, fuck it. What if we just change the system? Great job, Peter. Woo! What if I made a world where elections were meaningless? What if I designed a company that subverted elections and subverted democracy and subverted the global order? How about that? How about that? He says from the Hilton podium. He proclaims down on high from the Hilton Garden Inn podium. The 5 o'clock Libertopia meeting at the Hilton Garden Inn in Indianapolis. Hey, George, do you want to go to the 5 o'clock Hilton Garden Inn Libertopia meeting where Peter Thiel talks about how he wants to take our rights away? That sounds like a good time. Hey, man. Oh, what are you up to tonight? Oh, nothing. How about you? Oh, I'm going to Libertopia. Oh, what's Libertopia? Oh, like libertarians? Yeah, I was 17 once. Yeah, like I'm gonna go. Peter Thiel's gonna talk about how he's putting democracy on a blockchain. What do? You wanna come with? No, I'm good. I'm going to this meeting where Peter Thiel's gonna be at a Hilton Garden Inn and he's gonna jack off into my mouth for Palantir stock. I'm gonna go to this Hilton Garden. It's crazy. I'm gonna have a crazy night. I'm going to this thing. It's called Libertopia, where all these libertarians jack off into my mouth and then give me Palantir stock. And I think it's gonna be a really effective way to build wealth. Do you want to come? Would you want to let Peter Thiel jack off into your mouth like for 4 or 5 hours? Libertopia. Do you want to come to the Hilton Garden Inn? Do you want to go to Hilton Garden Inn where a PayPal billionaire can blow? Again, it's not because he's gay. I really did not mean to go back to sex stuff with Peter Thiel. I'm a champion of gays, and I didn't mean it to be homophobic. It's more about the fact that he's very powerful. And okay, you guys got the point. I think. So my overall review, Palantir is a buy. I see it going to $200 in about a year. Buy now or you will regret it. Here's the real question. If you're a Palantir shareholder, will you be saved from the gulags? Because I feel like you're not going to be saved. Like, I feel like I'm going to get, like, when this will happen, when fascism arrives in America and the ICE soldiers are kicking down your door and being like, get on the fucking ground. You're getting in the fucking train. You'll be like, wait, I'm a shareholder in Palantir. How many fucking shares do you own? 22? It's not going to matter, people. You're going to need at least 1,000. Even then, I think they'd be like, all right. Let's move on. This is a fun episode. I hope you guys are having fun. Let's move on to our next story, which is Elon Musk. Wow, my favorite. This is the same show every day, but I think I'm getting better at being funny, so that's what makes it different. Also, I'm upgrading the curtains. The curtains look shitty. I realize that. So, our other favorite guy, we have a few favorite guys on the show. Alex Karp, Elon Musk, and Doechii are like my three favorite people. They go, who are your three favorite people, Sean? Gotta love Elon. Gotta love Alex Karp. And I'm a big Doechii fan. I really like Elon Musk's ideas, and I think Doechii's an incredible rapper. I'm trying to be unique. So, what's new with our friend Elon? Elon has moved to my favorite city, Austin, Texas. And he is stirring up trouble, as he always does. Stirring up trouble. You got to give Elon that. Elon loves to stir up some trouble. Don't you like a guy? I'm kind of that way. I mean, like, I just did a prank call with the Capital One guy. It's fun, but I know when to stop. And that's the thing. When you're stirring up trouble, you have to know when to stop and you have to know your limits, or you end up being a techno-feudal billionaire overlord. We're here with Elon. Elon moved to Austin. He has a mansion in a very wealthy neighborhood in Austin that I actually walked through a few times just to kind of check it out. And believe it or not, his neighbors are unhappy with his behavior. Believe it or not, Elon Musk's neighbors don't like what Elon Musk has been doing on his property. And there's an HOA. It's all the makings of an excellent story. Chain link fence, HOA, drones. And we're going to explore it live on the show. This is from the New York Times. Let's zoom in a little bit here. If you can. I know the laptop is... Guys, Doge is really fucking up. We got to... Doge cut our budget. This is actually a government-sponsored show. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So, could you scroll? I just want to read the headline, too. Here's the headline, guys, from New York Times. Won't you be my neighbor? No thanks, Elon. Residents of an upscale enclave outside Austin, Texas. By the way, if you move to an upscale enclave outside Austin, Texas, I don't give a fuck about you. I don't care what kind of things you go through. If you get cancer, I don't care. If you move to an enclave outside of Austin, Texas, as far as I'm concerned, Israel could blow you up and I wouldn't really care. Okay. Residents of an upscale enclave outside Austin learned the hard way what it's like when a multi-billionaire moves into the mansion next door. Some of them have started a ruckus over it. This is my favorite type of story. At first, residents of the upscale cul-de-sac in Westlake Hills, Texas, did not know who moved into the 6,900 square foot. Oh, please. 69, really? You know Elon loves 69 and 420. Please don't tell me that's why he moved. Knowing Elon, that's probably why he chose it. Like he was on the phone with his realtor. You know, Elon, it's 6,900 square feet. Did you say it's 6,900 square feet? I think I'll move it. 6,900? That's like my favorite number. Yeah, it's 1,600 square feet. Westlake Hills, great school district for your 14 kids and your 4 wives. It's a great school district for your 14 kids, you sick fuck. That's what I would do if I was his realtor. I'd be like, Elon, it's a great school district. I know you have 14 kids named XYZ 12.2. 12.2. Elon, I know you have a kid named Wi-Fi. She'll be great in this public school. It's basically, I mean, you know what the price tag you're paying. The public schools are basically private schools. Then construction workers arrived to erect a 16-foot chain link fence around the $6 million property, which is one of 4 homes on the leafy street. They also installed an outward-facing camera. Next, a fleet of cars, many of them Teslas, began parking on the street. 3 times a day, a shift change signaled security personnel coming and going at the house. Once, the driver of a passing car shouted late at night that he was looking for a party at E's house. Now, we can all guess who E is, right? New York City Mayor Eric. What's his last name? Fuck. Adams. Damn it. No one liked the commotion or the traffic or the keypad-activated gate. Okay, how are you going to hate on a keypad? And that's the thing. This is just like when all those fires burned down those homes in LA. I stood on my fucking business, and then everyone came out after me. When the LA fires happened, I made some tweets that were classless and tasteless. I was basically like, okay, so your third home in the Pasadena burned down. I'm cry me a fucking river. I feel the same way about the neighbors of Elon. If you're Elon Musk's neighbor, if you're rich enough to own a home next to Elon Musk, I'm sorry. I don't care I don't care. I don't care what happens. You can move. You can move. Bye. You're in a fucking mansion. You have every option in the whole world. And if Elon Musk shows up and tears up your neighborhood, why don't you move to another wealthy suburb in Austin? There's plenty of them. There's plenty of them. But what do rich people do? Rich people have nothing better to do than to peek out their blinds and say, what's going on at Elon's house? They peek out their blinds and they go, that red Tesla's there again. Do you think that's his security? Write that down. That's what it's all retired rich boomers with their blinds, and they're going like, baby, write that down. There's the SUV again. You want the plate number? Write down the plate number. Baby, it's the SUV again. Oh, he's looking. Like, it's like they have nothing. And by the way, they spent like 30 years at Chevron. It's all these boomer dads that spent 30 years at Chevron shitting and pissing all over the planet. And now they're going, baby, he's arriving. He's pulling up. Like, I don't have sympathy for you. If Elon Musk tears up your neighborhood, move to another neighborhood, you rich fuck. But instead, what do the rich people do? As they always do, they like to get involved, and that's what happened. And it's entertainment for us. So even when they learned through word of mouth that their new neighbor was Elon Musk, the world's richest man. First of all, that's not true. It's Putin. Putin owns Russia. That did not stop some of them from grousing to the city of Westlake Hills about his mansion. The complaints have escalated into an uproar over city ordinances, permits, and exceptions known as variances. So much so that the matter of Elon Musk's house landed in a contentious zoning and planning commission meeting last month. Wow. The debate is headed next to a Westlake Hills City Council session scheduled for May 14th. Oh my God. I would murder to be at that City Council session. Could you imagine being at the Westlake Hills City Council session where a bunch of multi-millionaires complain that a multi-billionaire built a chain link fence around their property? It's not right. It's ruining the character of the neighborhood, said the CFO of Chevron's wife. It's not right. It's ruining the character. My kid was running yesterday and almost cut his leg on the chain link fence. It's not right. It's ruining the character of the neighborhood. And aside from that, the HOA doesn't allow it. Just because he's a billionaire doesn't give him the right to build a chain link fence. It's not fair. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm on Elon Musk's side. I cannot believe I'm saying this. If I was at that meeting, I would go, hey, shut the fuck up, bitch. I would go, hey, bitch, shut the fuck up. My two boys were playing on the street and one of them ran over to get a soccer ball and cut his little wrist on the chain link fence. It's not right. Hey, bitch, shut the fuck up. Your husband worked for Chevron. Your husband worked for BP and spilled all that oil in the ocean, bitch. Remember the BP spill? Are you Mrs. BP? I'm so honored to be joined by Mrs. BP. My husband worked in the energy industry. Oh yeah? What part of the energy industry? My husband was an energy executive and now he's retired. Now we have a hobby of spying on Elon Musk's Austin mansion. I hope Elon Musk fucking puts a hit out on you guys. If Elon Musk puts a hit out on anyone, it better be his neighbors in Westlake Hills. Let's go back to the story. There's a part of this story that you guys are going to love. Let's keep scrolling down. I love pettiness. And the pettiest, keep going down. There's an unbelievably petty thing that one of his neighbors is doing, which is almost hard to believe. I almost have, let's see. Keep scrolling down. I can't believe how long this article is. It's like, who? This is long. The New York Times is doing more reporting on this than on Gaza. They are. The New York Times wrote a longer article about an HOA squabble than the IDF. Okay. Oh, scroll up. Okay, here we go. I think keep going up. I'm trying to look for it. I don't want to like give it away. Keep going up. I don't want to give it away. Keep going up. We must have missed it. Keep going up. Where the heck is this? All right. Can you just search for Control F for drone? All right. I guess I already said it earlier. One of Elon Musk's neighbors is flying a drone over Elon Musk's house. I want to find the paragraph. I mean, this is truly an incredible. Imagine having the balls. Here's the thing. This guy doesn't even know how big his balls are by flying a drone over Elon's mansion. He thinks that he's just like being a nosy neighbor, but it's actually like going to war with a country. That's like worse. Flying a drone over Elon Musk's mansion is more dangerous than like shooting a gun at an embassy. Elon knows everything. You think this guy doesn't have, you think the minute you fly a drone over Elon's house that he doesn't have the IP address of your, when you fly a drone over Elon's home, Elon immediately has your children's blood type. Don't fuck with this man. Listen to this. Mr. Hemmer, who's a neighbor. Mr. Hemmer, who has long owned a Tesla, grew so frustrated with his neighbor that he began, listen to this, flying a drone over the house to check for city violations. And he keeps a video camera trained on the property around the clock. Last year, he complained to Westlake Hills officials about Mr. Musk's fence and how he thought the owner was operating a security business from the property. What? Mr. Musk's security team also contacted the Westlake Hills Police Department about Mr. Hemmer. According to city records, one security official accused Mr. Hemmer of standing naked in the street, which I believe. You know what? I'm on Elon's side in this story. They need to put Mr. Hemmer exposed himself in front of children. He exposed himself in front of kids. He needs to go to jail. He's flying drones over private property. He was naked in the street because he likes to get off on it. Do you understand? Mr. Hemmer denied that he was naked and said he was on his property wearing black underwear. Okay. Mr. Hemmer, I don't know who you are, but you just became famous. Mr. Hemmer denied that he was naked and said he was on his property wearing black underwear. On another night, he said he was walking his dog fully clothed and stopped when he suddenly needed to urinate, which Mr. Musk's camera captured. What? What are you, pissing in the street? Hold your piss in. What do you have, incontinence issues? The cameras got me. It's scary they have a guy sitting and watching me pee. I hope Elon Musk personally puts a bullet in your head. After repeated remonstrances, that's a new word, from Mr. Hemmer, Westlake Hills officials found that Mr. Musk had violated city ordinances with the fence and the gate. Last month, the Zoning and Planning Commission debated whether to grant him variances for the projects. I mean, how much time do you have on your hands that you're going to war? You know, this would be a really good sitcom. I want to see a sitcom about a guy that goes to war with Elon Musk and the HOA is involved. And I want to see backstabbing. I want to see like coalitions develop. Also, you live in Austin. Like the properties are not like, it's just living in Austin is not that nice. It's not a nice place to live. It's hot most of the year. And then it's really, really cold. There's only like 30 days of nice weather. The rest of the year, it's just sucks. It's humid, it's sweaty, or it's fucking cold. And also, you know, speaking of Libertopia, you know who loves libertarianism? Texans. You also know the state with one of the worst energy infrastructures? Texas. You want to know why? Because they don't have any tax dollars to fund local energy infrastructure and backup energy plants. Guess what that means? When it gets cold, the power goes out for days at a time. And even if you're rich and you have your own private backup, and that's what they want. The Texans what Texans want, they want everyone that lives that like is poor or even middle class to get fucked by a grid infrastructure that is like 50 years old. And they want all the rich people to be able to, it literally is, I keep going back to this, but it's true. It's a bunch of libertarian autistic nerds that are waiting for the public grid to fail so they can brag to their wife about their private backup. They want, do you understand? Rich Texans want the grid to fail so they can turn on their private backup servers that's solar powered. That's what they want. They want to be like, they want their wife to be like, baby, the power went out. I'm so scared. It was so cold. There was a cold front and the power went out. I'm so scared for us and our kids. Hold on, little lady. Hold on, little lady. Don't you worry a thing. I'm going to turn on my Solar City backup generator. Dink. And then it's going to work for 20 minutes because it's solar powered. I mean, and you know that Elon is like not even, Elon Musk doesn't live anywhere. Do you hear that? It's like a loud ass car alarm. Shout out to the studio. I doubt you guys can hear it on the mic because we have really good audio equipment. Let's see. I mean, it's to get in a fight with a multi-billionaire. Here's the crate. I really want to just back up and highlight something. One of Elon Musk's neighbors, who's probably wealthy, he's a wealthy guy. He's nowhere near a multi-billionaire. This guy, this father, probably a dad, bought a drone for the purposes of flying it over Elon Musk's Austin mansion to look for city ordinance violations. How about you fly a drone over his home and look for sex slaves? Why are you flying a drone over his house? That's how you know that he like doesn't give a fuck about anything. If you give a fuck at all about anyone else but yourself, you would be flying that drone and looking for like things that incriminate Elon in the government, like texts or like, I mean, do you realize how insane it is to fly a drone over this man's mansion? Are you asking to get killed? Imagine this is something that I could see my dad doing. I feel like boomer dads are going to start getting into like a lot of trouble that they don't really intend to get into. Flying a drone over Elon Musk's mansion is a death sentence. That is something that I wouldn't recommend anyone do. And you want to do it to send that video to the HOA because he has plants. He has plants where plants shouldn't be, or he made a garden where there should not be where there should be a walkway, or he has like an inflatable. And that's the pettiness of the HOA is like you own a home and you can't have like an inflatable duck and like put it out on your property. You know, it's like most wealthy neighborhoods have HOAs, and so you actually lose a lot of freedom. That's the ticky-tacky suburb shit, right? When you get those homes, you lose a lot of freedom and your identity because you have to respect the character of the neighborhood, which I think is so fucking stupid. I'm with Elon Musk. Honestly, for this story, just bomb Westlake Hills. What would be really fun, and it'd be a fun development in this story. What I would like to read next week is Westlake Hills neighborhood coated in napalm. Victims scream until slow death. That's what I want to hear, because I like the length of this article baffles me. Guys, you gotta understand, I can barely fill an hour. Like right now I'm vamping because we're almost done. And it's hard for me to fill an hour. Somehow they managed to write a book. They wrote an entire book on this dumb motherfucker's feud in the New York Times. Who is writing this shit? Don't you have better things to write about? Can you write about him destroying democracy? I guess that's not important. Am I crazy? The New York Times is writing about Elon Musk fighting with a guy and they're going to resolve it at the Westlake Hills City Council. What about the fact that he is taking all our data and going to kill us? What about the fact that he's redirecting all the money from the federal government into his companies? What about that? But no, the New York Times thinks it's more fun to write about how his neighbor is flying a drone looking for city ordinance violations. Folks, America deserves to end. We deserve to end. When we focus our attention is in all the wrong places. Our attention is on Elon Musk's HOA. It's on the Met Gala. It's not on Palantir, okay? It should be on Palantir. It should be on corporate lobbying. But we all and when I say this to people, they're like, okay, nerd. Okay, nerd. Like if you try to mention hey, Citizens United was the birth of all of this corruption. They're like, okay, nerd. I'm not even a smart guy. I'm literally not smart. I don't think I'm smarter than I think I'm stupid. Any old dumbass can understand that Citizens United, Bernie Sanders was saying this shit 20 years ago now about how campaign finance reform and repealing Citizens United were the most important things. And you know what the corporate media and the Democrat and the Republican Party did? They fucking, they silenced his flame. They slandered all of his supporters and called them Bernie bros, as if it was misogynistic to support Bernie Sanders, which it is. No, I don't know. It's not. It's just they slandered. They made this ingenious campaign because he was focusing on the reform that would have actually steered our country in the right direction. And now all we're seeing are the ramifications of that not coming to pass. What we're seeing is multi-billionaires sitting in the front row of a political leader's inauguration before all the other politicians. They're in the front row, redirecting money into their own companies and creating dystopian AI platforms that will one day be used to oppress us, if they are not already being used to do so. What happened to our right to privacy? Is that just not? What happened to the Fourth Amendment? Does the Fourth Amendment not exist anymore? I guess not if you're a suspected terrorist. I guess if you say, I guess what they think is, oh no, it's actually, we have probable cause to do a whole data dump on your entire digital identity. No, we're not actually violating your rights. What we're doing is we're doing an entire data dump of your digital identity across 20 to 30 websites where you've given them data. And all we're doing is we're doing a quick search for keywords and things that you post online and private texts that you send to your friends and family on iMessage and backdooring into all these private areas of your life. We're just doing a quick search. We're not violating your rights. We're just doing a quick search. It's a quick search. It's a quick search. Not trying to violate anyone's rights. It's a quick search to see if you've texted anyone Free Palestine. It's a quick search to see if you may or may not have voted for Bernie Sanders or wrote in someone that maybe was a terrorist. It's a national security. Don't you care about national security? You know what? I don't care about national security. And then a bomb blows up our building. You know what? I'm doing this passionate rant. You know what? Maybe I don't give a fuck about national security. Like some guy runs in and literally blows up. It probably would be the CIA, though. It wouldn't be a terrorist. It'd be a different type of terrorist.
Then we have the technical difficulties.
Yeah, you know what? But it's like, oh, and we'll close on this. Trump, we'll tie it all together with this. Trump, for example, and this is how you know fascism's here. Everything becomes about national security. This news story broke either yesterday or today. But Trump wants to bring back Hollywood. He's saying, make movies American again. He's basically saying that all of the movies are made overseas. It's too expensive to make a movie in America. He's correct. But you know whose fault that is? I don't know. I'm not a Hollywood whiz kid. But the thing that I'm highlighting is that Trump has said that it's imperative that we bring back Hollywood movie production to America. It's a matter of national security. What isn't a matter of national security these days? Seems like everything under the fucking sun is a national security issue. It's a matter of national security. Education seems to be a matter of national security. Hollywood is now a matter of national security. The automotive industry, the semiconductor industry, energy. The Met Gala is a matter of national security. It's a matter of national security that Doechii wear Louis Vuitton. And because if Doechii is wearing a Chinese fashion brand, not good. It's bad. We can't let Chinese fashion brands infiltrate the Met Gala. You understand me? It's very bad. We need American, red-blooded, hardworking, Zionist American fashion brands worn by all of our top culture icons. If we let Shenzhen fashion designers infiltrate the Met Gala, what does that mean for American culture? What happens next? We're all going to eat Chinese food? Then what? I don't know what. I don't know, but I like pizza. Okay, you eat pizza, I'll eat Chinese food, and we can still have a country. It's just now on the other hand, I do want a unifying globalist technological government. Not really, but it's like I want that, but in like a good way. But that's not going to happen. Like I think what a lot of these tech guys, what they do is they convince themselves that a unifying globalist technological digital society is a good thing. And they tell themselves that lie because the thing is, guys, everyone has to rationalize their behavior to live their life. You can't, no one, maybe some very small amount of psychopaths. Most people in the world don't believe they're evil, including the CEO and the CTO of Palantir. How do you rationalize not being evil as the CTO of Palantir? It's by telling yourself the American imperial myth, which is that if America is the global superpower, we will actually reduce the amount of deaths because there will be less war because everyone will be afraid. Peace through strength. What does that really mean? Peace through fear. It's peace through fear. But you know what? You can only bomb so many kids before people go, you know what? I don't care if you're a global superpower with a digital AI platform that knows everything about me. I'm going to throw a rock at your fucking shit. And they're going to do that. And they'll continue to do that. Right? As is their right. And that's why it's a myth. The American imperial, that's why it's the American superpower myth. You will always have people that don't like you. And this idea that if you build a weapons industrial complex that's powerful enough, you'll be able to end war. That is, I'm sorry, and I don't use this word that often, fucking retarded. You're dumb. You're a stupid fuck. But that's what those guys believe, and that's how those guys rationalize who they are. So, yeah, I would like to see I would like to see the very existence of a country disappear. It would be cool if we could all just live in harmony and go anywhere and enjoy the whole world without visas and passports and bullshit like that, and no more war. I would like that. But the way to get there is not by creating a digital panopticon that that you can use to like search whether or not someone has ever researched Malcolm X. That's what they want to use it for. They want you to look up everyone in Brooklyn is going to be arrested. The moment Palantir becomes deployed domestically in full force, everyone in Brooklyn is going to be fucked, because we've all looked up, Malcolm X. May I remind you, the FBI thought that Martin Luther King Jr. was a radical. So, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? If Martin Luther King Jr. is a radical, then I'm certainly a radical. Maybe. I don't want to sound like I'm stealing credit from MLK. Well, guys, that's our show. Thank you very much for listening. Subscribe online. Follow the show on Spotify. Review the show on Spotify. We're going to continue to grow the show in spite of the horrors. In the face of the horrors, we will continue to do Sean Reilly's show. I'm on the road, seanreillycomedy.com for all my tour dates. I'm coming to Dallas and I'm coming to Columbus coming up, so check that out. And finally, I've been thinking about it. I'm going to pause on the Patreon for now because I'm like 4 episodes behind, and I'm sorry, but it's just too much work right now. So once the audience is a little bigger, I think I'll feel better about doing a Patreon. Right now, I'd rather give you guys an hour and a half for free than do an hour for free and then an hour on the Patreon, because I'm not money hungry, unlike Alex Karp. Have a great one. And we are sponsored by NordVPN. The VPN. No, we're not. Not yet. Okay, bye.